I caused a car accident due to driving while fatigued. The car rolled over and veered off the road. It crashed directly into a house by the roadside. My girlfriend, who wasn't wearing a seatbelt, died instantly. I was fortunate to survive. A deep sense of guilt made it impossible for me to forgive myself. I returned to the accident site and looked at the bloodstains of my girlfriend on the ground. I felt overwhelming sorrow. I took out the sleeping pills from my pocket, preparing to swallow them. Suddenly, a woman named Laura appeared and fired at me. I didn't understand why she wanted to kill me. I ran quickly outside and hid. A police car arrived. The officer got out and called out, saying they were pursuing a robber and asking me to come forward to clarify if there was any misunderstanding. The voice sounded familiar. I suddenly realized it was Officer Jack who had received me yesterday. I stood up to explain, but Laura shot at me again. I couldn't understand why. I suspected it was revenge from my girlfriend's father. Soon, the enemies chased me to the edge of a cliff. There was no way forward. I risked climbing to the side of the cliff, and then jumped onto a large tree. I used the branches to cushion my fall and narrowly escaped. On the road, I met a beekeeper. I borrowed his phone to call the embassy for help. My girlfriend and I had come to Greece as tourists. I recounted my ordeal. The embassy said they could only come tomorrow. I knew the longer I waited, the more dangerous it would be. I decided to take the train to the embassy myself for asylum. Just as I boarded the train, Jack appeared beside me. I tried to resist but was subdued by him. When Jack let his guard down, I suddenly pulled the train's emergency whistle. During our struggle, Jack's gun accidentally went off, shooting his own foot. I escaped once again. Walking down the street, I suddenly saw a missing person poster. The boy on it looked familiar. I remembered seeing him in the house where the accident occurred. There was also a blonde woman in the house. Suddenly, it all became clear. Jack was after me, because I had mentioned the boy while giving my statement. I found the woman who had put up the poster. I approached her and asked about the situation. I realized I had inadvertently become entangled in a political conspiracy. Someone had kidnapped the son of a presidential candidate to use him as leverage against the candidate. I told the woman I would help them find the boy once I was safe. Lisa decided to trust me and took me to the embassy. On the way, I learned more details. The candidate had promised to cut military spending and crack down on arms dealers. The arms dealers saw the candidate as an enemy and kidnapped the candidate's son to use as leverage. Once at the embassy, I felt safe. I told Agent Sam the whole story, asking for help to return home and to find the boy. Sam said they couldn't interfere in another country's internal affairs and insisted on taking me to meet the prosecutor to drop the charge of assaulting an officer. The car was driving into increasingly remote areas. I had a bad feeling.